Captain Jack Sparrow is back in the latest hit Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Pirates of the Caribbean Salazar's Revenge. Not Dead Man Tell No Tales.
That's a dumb title.
It's definitely called Salazar's Revenge. After they said Dead Man Tell No Tales, then the credits popped up and it said Salazar's Revenge.
Like, that might have been one of the better things of seeing in America, where it's like, as they say, dead men say no tales.
Tell no tales.
Tell no tales, and then the title comes up.
It says Salazar's Revenge in the UK instead.
It's a dumb title as well. It's like so cliched.
Yeah, I think it has something. I think it must be some kind of age rating thing or something. Like
you can't say death. You can't say dead.
You can't say like
even
dead.
though the second one is called Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah, but that was like 10 years ago.
Fuck your SJW. Can't say the word dead.
Yeah, so I guess because like if it must be something like if it's a 15 or under,
It's a 12 though.
Yeah, it's like a 12A. So like, if it's under a 15 or something, that you can't use the word dead or death in the title anymore.
That's dumb.
It's either that or they didn't want to market the word dead. or the word man. The word man is in the title.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. They want to push the fact that there's a scientist woman that's really smart and everyone loves her.
Yeah. Do they?
Well, they think she's a witch because she's so smart, and they can't believe that a woman would be that smart.
Yeah, and she's got titties.
She's pretty, and the guy from Gods of Egypt wants to fuck her.
Yeah, because she's got them ankles.
Oh yeah, there's that great scene where he's like, I almost saw her ankles, and it's like, ha.
If you kept quiet, you would have seen more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack.
That's a great accent.
Yeah, no,
just like him.
I don't know how Johnny Depp talks.
No,
Jack Sparrow.
I thought you were talking about like the little guy, the guy from Gods of Egypt.
Oh yeah, him. He just does like I can't remember his voice.
Saw ankles. You had it right. You did a great voice.
Except I did Jack Sparrow's line instead.
Yeah, Oh, that was awful. Wait, I used to be able to do a Jack Sparrow impression.
Why the rum? That's also wrong.
Why is the rum gone?
Yeah, that's alright.
That's kind of Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Just pretend like you're drunk.
Just slur a little bit.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Except maybe that's too sultry. Maybe.
Can we do this spoiler free? Just talk about how it sucks.
I've only seen the first and the most recent Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Well, you shouldn't have seen the most recent. You should have just stopped at the first.
Yeah, I wish I had.
Yeah, me too. I've seen all of them, unfortunately.
Oh, why?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's because I like the first one. And it's still good.
Yeah, the first one was a lot of fun. I remember seeing it a lot as a kid. Then I can't remember why I didn't see the second one. I think the second one came like 3 years later.
I looked it up. First one's 2003.
Yeah.
Second one is 2006.
Yeah.
Third one is 2007. I think they were filmed like back to back.
Yeah.
Like a Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be like an Empire Strikes Back thing where they have a cliffhanger ending.
Yeah.
They didn't work. And then the fourth one came out 2011, which is 4 years after the third one. And then this one came out this year, obviously, so that's 5 years. So hopefully we won't have the next one until 2012 or 13. So 6 years away.
Yeah, that's long enough, I guess.
That's not long enough.
Maybe Johnny Depp will be dead by then.
Yeah, hopefully. A man can dream.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
But then if he dies, they can make a live-action Nightmare Before Christmas. Where they use his skeleton as...
There really should have been a scene in here where Johnny Depp threw a phone at his wife.
Yeah.
Or maybe he throws like a sword instead.
Was he in Corpse Bride? Was he in Nightmare Before Christmas?
I don't think so.
Or is that just Tim Burton?
That was just Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Tim Burton has nothing to do with the Pirates movies.
Yeah, but he has a lot to do with Johnny Depp.
This movie had 2 directors.
Did it?
I think so. I think the credits came up as like directed by something and something, and I was like, I mean, it's better than 6 directors. But...
Yeah. Yeah. Directed by Joachim Ronning. It's got one of those O's with a cross through it.
Oh,
like do not enter. And Espen Sandberg. Yeah, 2 directors.
Why do films have like more than? You only need 1 director.
Yeah, like when they used to have multiple directors, it would be like, okay, here's a director for action sequences or like special effects, and a director for the film, the rest of the film.
Yeah, like the acting and stuff.
Yeah, like some of the Star Wars prequels, there was George Lucas directed.
What, you mean sitting in a chair drinking coffee?
Yeah, he was more heavily directing like was episode 3 the only one that he like properly directed, but that's pretty much all the CG stuff, which is pretty much the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because he was always there for like all the effect shots.
Yeah.
That's where all the famous images of him.
Real, not so real, not so real. Oh.
I fucked that up.
I was very happy with my ability to do this. Everyone just kind of looks at him.
Oh, George.
We talk about Star Wars in every video.
Yeah. Well.
I feel it's when she got to Star Wars.
Well, we really hate Star Wars now.
I don't hate Star Wars. Well, I hate the franchise. I like the original 3 movies. They're good. It's a shame the franchise was raped to death by George Lucas and Disney.
I think Pirates can become as bloated and awful as Star Wars.
It already is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as bloated, but it is as awful.
Yeah, so the film starts, and it's like recapping you on the last few films, and I kept looking at you as like, oh, and Dan's gonna have like no idea what's happening.
I didn't. I was like, because like the film starts, and Johnny Depp is there. No, Johnny Bloom. Orlando Bloom. Orlando Bloom is there at the start.
Yeah. No, specifically, like, they talk about his boat, and then he brings, like, his boat out, which is in a little bottle. And I was like, oh, yeah, that happened in the last film. And I looked at you, and you're just like, what the fuck?
I don't know, ship in the bottle, it seemed fine.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I was confused, like, didn't he sail off with the Black Pearl at the end of the first one?
Yeah, but you haven't seen 3 movies in between. So much happened.
That's true. I have no idea.
Should I recap you on movies I haven't seen in probably about 6 or 7 years?
Why was Barbossa alive? Didn't he die in the first one?
Yeah, but he came back in the second one.
Why?
I can't remember.
Oh.
A witch brought him back to life.
Is witches now?
Yeah, witches.
Oh.
The recap of the first one is great.
Yeah.
They fight dead pirates.
Yeah, zombie pirates. And...
good effects. They turn to skeletons in the moonlight.
Yeah.
Barbossa's a great villain. And Johnny Depp is a good side character. But that's all he is.
What are you talking about? Jack Sparrow. He's a leading man with his...
No.
His
no.
You know, he's likable.
No.
He's charming.
No.
He's an alcoholic.
Well, that's true.
He's a man. He's Johnny Depp.
Debatable. That's technically true.
He wears eyeliner.
Yeah.
He's not afraid of his femininity.
Wait, what?
He's a coward. He's weak. He's pathetic.
Yeah.
He's for some reason in charge.
He's unfunny.
Yeah.
He's annoying.
In the first movie, I kind of remember Jack Sparrow being kind of like he's kind of like, he thinks he's like a Han Solo type.
Yeah.
And everyone tells stories about him being like that, but in person he's a disappointment.
Yeah.
They did that this time, but
he's like...
it's not funny.
Yeah,
it's been done to death, I guess.
Well, it's because they kind of dropped that. Now it's just... he's kind of a failure, but at the same time he always succeeds, and he's still the best pirate ever, even though he's like a drunk and stuff.
Yeah.
So everyone wants to capture him, and he's the most important character in the film because he's played by Johnny Depp.
Oh.
And it's like... in this film specific, I want to recap the movies for you so you know what's happening. Right.
Okay.
First one, there's zombie pirates, a thing.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp at the end, he gets the Black Pearl back.
Yeah. He becomes captain of the Black Pearl.
In the second one, Orlando Bloom wants to find his dad, and I haven't seen this in years, so I can't remember. Yeah. And it turns out his dad is on the Flying Dutchman with Davy Jones. Then they fight the Kraken, and then Johnny Depp gets eaten by the Kraken.
Oh, jeez.
And then they're like, oh no, Johnny Depp's gone. He was like the best character. What are we going to do without him? And a witch was like, I brought Barbossa back to life to help you. And then the film ends. That's literally the only fucking thing I remember about that film.
Okay.
Is it had a shitty ending where I was like, oh. Like, I just wanted a standalone sequel. Like, the first one is just its own film. Yeah. But they're like, we're going to make a big franchise out of this. This is going to be the new Star Wars. This is going to be the new Empire Strikes Back. Everyone's going to be like, oh, did you see that twist at the end of Pirates 2? I was like,
No.
But Johnny Depp gets eaten by a Kraken, and there's like Elizabeth Swann like pretends to be a pirate or something. I don't know. It's a piece of shit. The third one's even worse.
Yeah.
The third one, the only thing I can remember is this big fight at the end, where like at this point Barbossa's a good guy, and he's like they go to like hell or something to get Johnny Depp back from this weird sand place where there's like 100 Johnny Depps.
Why?
I can't remember. It's the stupidest thing.
Why do they need him back?
I don't know, because he's important.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Oh, you're not going to explain what happened in these movies.
I can't remember. They're bad. All I remember is that I hated it and I was like 2007. I would have been like 12, 13, and I still hated it. The ending is just this big fight between Davy Jones and all these other pirates. And like Johnny Depp's dad, played by one of the Rolling Stones, is there, and it's just like it goes on and on. And I honestly can't remember anything other than they save Johnny Depp from hell at the beginning, and then Johnny Depp fights Davy Jones at the end. Oh, and then Will Turner fights Davy Jones at the end. And then Orlando Bloom kills Davy Jones.
Oh.
And that means he's the new Davy Jones. So he has to stay on the Flying Dutchman. It's a curse.
Oh, okay.
But and I never knew this, but then I found it on YouTube at one point that these fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movies have like after credit scenes for some reason.
Okay.
They like pioneered it, I guess. And there's an after credit scene in the third one where Orlando Bloom comes out of the ocean on the Flying Dutchman because he can only come on land for like 1 day every 7 years. And he comes to this hill and he sees Elizabeth Swann and his son.
Oh.
And that's the after credit scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like, he gets to see his family a little bit, but I guess he's cursed to be on the Flying Dutchman or something.
Yeah.
The fourth one didn't have Orlando Bloom or Elizabeth Swann or whatever their names are, Keira Knightley.
So
the fourth one's just awful.
So was Jack Sparrow just the lead?
And Barbossa was there, and he wore a dumb wig like he wears in this film.
Oh, a dumb wig?
Yeah.
What's wrong with his dumb wig?
I don't know.
Why is it dumb?
I don't know. I just remember him wearing a stupid wig the whole time. But there's a mermaid, and a guy falls in love with a mermaid.
Oh, mermaids are pretty cool.
And I think Blackbeard's in it. That's all I remember. It's also bad.
Oh.
In fact, it's the worst.
Oh, worse than Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge?
I don't know, because I can't remember.
Oh.
I want to say, like, this one also feels like a movie that I will forget in a couple days. What did you think about Pirates of the Caribbean 5?
Salazar's Revenge? I'll say that the set design, the costumes, all looked really nice.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, these Pirates movies, they look nice.
The effects are good. It's like special effects.
Yeah.
For the most part, CGI is all good.
Yeah, there's a few things that are a bit iffy, like the zombie sharks.
Oh yeah, they look terrible.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like the ghost stuff looked cool.
I didn't like I want to say the idea or the concept of like the weird floating bits. Like it didn't really make a lot of sense, but the actual effect was well done.
Yeah.
But it's like this is 4. I can't remember what the main bad guy in 4 was, but like the first one is zombie pirates.
Yeah.
The second 2 are like the Flying Dutchman's weird monster people who are essentially zombie pirates.
Oh.
And then this one's back to zombie pirates.
Oh, the ghost pirates.
Ghost pirates. Well, they're not. Well, I guess they are ghost pirates.
Yeah, they got ghost bodies.
Yeah.
Which aren't bodies at all.
No. This movie's dumb.
Yeah, it is. It is dumb. There's no particularly interesting characters.
Yeah, there's no main character.
Yeah, just who was the lead? Was it?
We were trying to guess because it opens with the guy from Gods of Egypt.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. Oh, I'm signed into Skype.
Mute the laptop.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, like I mute my monitor when I record.
Is there a mute button?
Yeah, it should be the one that has the letter in the director's name.
Oh, yeah, it does. I just muted it.
Okay.
What were we saying?
Pirates of the Black Pearl Caribbean Cruise. This is a movie franchise based on a theme park attraction. It's
well, I think there's more in the movies than there is in the theme park ride at this point.
I mean, yeah, what can you do with the theme park movie
it's
series?
not even really. It was originally like the first one was based off of the ride, but then they're just like, oh, let's just make this a franchise about pirates because Johnny Depp's a good actor, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a fun idea. Like you don't really see a lot of pirate movies.
Yeah.
So these pirates movies,
they're like the only pirates movies.
Yeah.
That come out. Like, the only thing close to it is like there might be like a pirate TV show.
There's some like kids pirate thing. I think it's like Jake and the Adventures of the Netherland Pirates.
Oh, there's that great
Pirates.
Aardman pirate movie that we were talking about.
Yeah, Pirates and the Adventure of Science.
Yeah, that's great.
I never saw it, but I saw a lot of the trailers, and I was really looking forward to it.
You should have seen it. It's good.
Yeah, I should see it.
But there's no like adult pirate movies, and this isn't like an adult pirate movie, but it's a live action pirate movie.
Yeah, it's family friendly,
Yeah.
but it's like it has cheeky humor for your adults.
Did you like any of the humor?
No.
Yeah.
It was all bad.
Yeah, it's all awful. I remember liking, laughing.
Yeah,
it might be interesting to watch the first one again, because it's been a long time since I've seen
maybe
it.
it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, maybe it's not that good, but I remember really enjoying it the first time.
Yeah, but I think that is because Jack Sparrow's not the lead. It's Will and Elizabeth.
What's the problem with this one? It's like, is Jack Sparrow the lead?
Yeah, it's unclear.
At the beginning, you think it's this guy, and then it's like, oh, maybe it's the girl, halfway through, and then in the end, it's like, oh no, I guess it was Jack Sparrow that was the lead.
But was it?
Got 3 leads.
But was it though?
I don't know.
Like the guy who we thought was the lead becomes a sidekick to Jack Sparrow.
Oh yeah.
And the girl just kind of hangs around. Doesn't really. What's she doing?
She's a scientist.
She's doing science.
Everyone thinks she's a witch, but she's really
they
a
think
scientist.
she's a horologist.
Oh, and they thought that meant whore, and that was a great joke.
Yeah, they all talked about she was.
It was funny because the midget
prostitute.
banged the other guy's mum.
Yeah.
And everyone laughed. It's
She's
like, that it f***ed a person.
Horologist study time. Well, I mean, she was always looking at a watch. Get it? Because she wants it to be over.
Your mother was intellectually inclined, and then Johnny Depp was like, no, more like horizontally on her back while she was getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah. For kids.
Yeah.
These pirate movies.
Well, I mean, they're about pirates. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not the worst movie we've seen. It's just kind of...
It doesn't do anything well.
No.
Well, effects-wise,
yeah,
it's
effects is okay. Some of the action's okay. Some. Little bits here and there, I think. I honestly can't remember. I've already forgotten most of this.
Yeah, no, I can't remember any action sequences that I enjoyed.
Was this movie 2 hours long? Or
Yeah.
2.5 hours long?
It was like just 2 hours.
Yeah, it didn't feel as long
Yeah.
as I thought it would.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. It didn't feel like 2 hours. Which is good.
But I also think it's a negative, because there's this point where it's like, is this the ending? It's like, it didn't feel as climactic as the other movies' endings were. So I was like, this can't be the ending. And then it just kind of stopped, and I was like, oh. So I didn't want a dumb action end scene, but at the same time I was expecting more than just a little fight.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just like, they're building up to like, oh yeah, we're gonna find a MacGuffin that'll break all curses in the world. And all of them.
It's essentially like a retcon,
yeah.
Okay, we want to get back to the first Pirates movie, but we've kind of fucked up what happens to the characters, so this thing will save the day.
Yeah, and then everything will be okay for everybody.
And we need the smart lady to do it. She's the only person that's smart enough to get us to the place.
Yeah, she has a map that no man can read.
Oh, but isn't it a good thing I'm a woman?
Oh!
And everyone's like, oh snap. She has a vagina. That makes her better.
Yeah, she can press her vagina lips against the map to uncover the location. That's how it works, right?
Well, no, she's a horologist. Wait, no, it's the astronomist. So she knows that the stars are pointing her to an island made of stars.
Yeah.
This movie's dumb.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's Pirates, Caribbean.
Is there anything else spoiler-free we can say? The acting... Johnny Depp really ruins these movies at this point.
Yeah.
In the first one, he was a great side character, but I think it's just his ego has taken over the entire franchise to the point where it's like, oh, you want to go see that new Johnny Depp movie, Pirates of the Caribbean? It's like, I would like to see a Pirates movie where Jack Sparrow isn't there.
I'd like to see a Pirates movie where Jack Sparrow throws an iPhone 5 at his wife. Johnny Depp beats his wife using 11. It's like a year old that happened.
I'm assuming he's not still with his wife.
No.
No, I didn't think so. Who would stay with that asshole? He's a drunk.
Probably. Johnny Depp probably is a drunk. You hear me, Johnny Depp? I'm talking shit about you. You rich white male.
Leave your wife alone. She's a strong, independent woman.
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know who he's married to.
Well, he's not married to anyone anymore, I'd hope.
That's why he's back to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
He's got nothing else going in his life. Every other movie he's been in was awful.
Maybe
Have
him
you
and...
seen anything that you like Johnny Depp in? Apart from the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
I don't know. I'm not a Tim Burton fan, so I've never been interested in any of the many things that he's done with him.
Yeah, most of his roles are with Tim Burton.
Yeah, didn't really care for Edward Scissorhands. Didn't really care for. Actually, I never saw the Demon Barber. What the fuck's it called?
Oh yeah,
Sweeney Todd. Yeah. I never saw the Sweeney Todd movie. I think there's probably stuff that I've seen him in, but I haven't realized it's him. Like back when he was younger and didn't just wear makeup all the time.
Well, he's in the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Yeah. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know. I don't think I've really liked any of the sequels.
Yeah. The Dream Warriors is good.
Dream Warriors?
The best one.
Ah, yeah.
But no, like...
Back to movies with Johnny Depp in them.
Johnny Depp was good in the first Pirates of the Caribbean. But then, like, they pushed him to be more of a main character in the second one. In the third one, he was, like the most important person in the world. Yeah. And then in the fourth one, just Orlando Bloom and Elizabeth Swann weren't there. So he just was the main character. And he's not good as a main character because he's just this drunk failure.
Yeah.
And he's annoying. Like, as a comedic side character, he does a good job. But, like, just... I looked it up today, like, when all the movies came out. And you just see in all the posters, like, the first poster, like, Johnny Depp's just kind of, like, a head amongst all the other heads.
Yeah.
But then you get to, like, Pirates 4, and the poster's just him. It's just, like, Johnny Depp! And then this one's the same thing, where it's, like, Johnny Depp and other people in Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like...
Salazar's Revenge!
Do you recommend Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
5?
I definitely don't.
No.
Maybe rewatch the first one, or just watch it if you haven't seen it once.
I would say if you've seen all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, I don't know, maybe watch this one. Don't go to the cinema to see it. Just like if it's on TV, give it a watch. It's not good. If you've only seen the first one, rewatch the first one because it's a good movie. I think. I don't know. I haven't seen it in 10 years.
Yeah, I definitely think it's been 10 years for me too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not good.
No, it's not.
Just take it at that. If you're going to go and see it, you're going to go and see it. But I would not recommend it. The only good character in this is Barbossa.
Yeah, and even then, it's like...
Oh, it's not great. But
yeah,
I mean, he's fun, and he's a good actor. And he's got some depth.
Yeah. Like when he...
Oh, I guess we're going into spoilers.
The depth of the ocean, that's what he's got.
Okay, spoilers.
Yeah, this is Disney. They'll do their like sad ending to make people cry.
Yeah,
because people remember movies when they make them sad.
That's true.
And people like movies that they remember.
That's true.
People are fucking morons.
Like the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie because they remember it.
Yeah, that could be all it is. It could suck. I can't remember.
Yeah. So I guess we don't remember.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I don't remember the other ones, so I would say the first one's probably better. I don't know. As you said, it's just I vaguely remember it.
Yeah. The lead character of... Well, the maybe lead, we don't know. It's unclear.
Well, the little boy?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what you're talking about. The movie opens with...
Orlando
Depp.
Orlando Brown from That's So Raven's kid.
Yeah, Orlando Brown is on the flying... No, the little kid is on a boat, and then he puts something in the water, and then the Flying Dutchman appears. And then he goes on the Flying Dutchman, and then, like, Walt Turner comes out, and he's like, "Oh, son, what are you doing here?" And he looks really gross. He's got, like coral all over his face. And you were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was just like, is that Orlando Bloom?
Yeah.
Why is he here? What? What's going on? I'm confused.
And then the little boy's
Who's
like,
this kid?
"I found a MacGuffin that's gonna save you." And Walt Turner's like, "Don't even try. I am just gonna stay on this boat forever and do nothing, and there's nothing you can do about it." I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna be wrong. He's gonna find the MacGuffin and he's gonna save you."
And then he did. And then the movie's over.
Orlando Bloom was in 2 scenes. This movie was bookended by Orlando Bloom. It opens with Orlando Bloom. It ends with Orlando Bloom. Also, Keira Knightley's in this film.
Yeah.
For 1 scene, 2 scenes. And I was wondering while watching it, how much do you think Keira Knightley got paid to hug and kiss Orlando Bloom and then pretend to be asleep?
I feel like she probably got more than a lot of the main cast. like the girl and the guy. I think they got less than Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom did.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, they don't have that star power to get that money.
Mm-hmm.
Now Johnny Depp, obviously, he got the big pay, being the big man.
Oh yeah, he would have got the most.
Yeah, definitely. They were probably like fourth and fifth top earners.
Oh, Keira Knightley, can you come back to the Pirates franchise? That's what made your name. And she was like, I will be in one scene and I will say no lines and you will pay me like 10 million. And they were like, okay, and they were like bowing to her.
Now she's in the after credits scene.
Yeah, this movie had a really dumb after credits scene.
I don't understand what happened. There was a crab.
He was like Orlando Bloom was having a nightmare, and then a crab came into his room and like his claw and like clap, and then he woke up and I was like, oh, it was just a dream. But then there was like coral on the floor, and it's like, oh, it wasn't a dream. And I guess it was supposed to be like, oh, I guess Davy Jones is coming back.
Well, that was Davy Jones. I thought it was a crab.
Well, Davy Jones has a crab head.
Why is he a crab?
I don't know. But the thing is, like, Davy Jones was like, when I think about the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, Davy Jones is the worst part of that.
Oh yeah,
because like he was in the two films which I hate the most. It's like I want to say that the fourth movie is probably the worst, but at the same time I enjoy it more than the second two because it was just its own film, and it was bad. But it wasn't like trying to be an Empire Strikes Back, or it wasn't trying to be Return of the Jedi, where it built up to something and then it wrapped itself up, but it was just bad and awful.
Yeah. And
Davy Jones, I don't want to see him come back. I don't want to see any more of these fucking Pirates movies.
Yeah. So fucking Henry, I think his name was Henry Turner.
Yeah. What's the girl's name?
I don't care. So he was on a navy ship for the British Empire. Long live the Queen.
And it's like, oh no, if we go into that cave, we're gonna get eaten by ghosts. And they're like,
and then
fuck you! You are a dumb person.
Then he tries to stop the ship, and then they rip his sleeves as the symbol that he's mutiny. Then the ship gets caught by the Salazar's revenge ship, whatever the fuck Salazar's ship was. And then they're like, hey, I leave one man alive so that he can tell my story, because dead men tell no tales.
What was the actor that played Salazar? He was in No Country for Old Men.
I don't know who he is.
He was in Skyfall. Is it like Benedict Del Toro?
I got no idea. I'll reopen.
Oh no, that was the guy from Guardians.
Look him up. Benicio Del Toro?
Yeah, that one.
Javier Bardem?
Huh?
Javier Bardem?
I thought it was a weird foreign name.
Yeah, well, because he's a weird foreign. Okay, yeah.
He wasn't good.
Well, Salazar? No, he wasn't. No. He wasn't interesting at all.
They try to build him up at the beginning where you see his leg, and then you see his arm, and then you see, his eyes, maybe, or something like that. And then he goes up to a guy and he's like, dead. And then I just laughed. I was like, oh, that's our villain. Can't speak English.
Yeah.
And he was playing a Spaniard, but still.
So he sends Henry back to be like, oh yeah, give Jack Sparrow a message. I'm coming for him. Fuck that guy. Get his compass. That'll break my curse. Then I can kill him.
What, did he tell him that?
Yeah.
To get the compass? Oh.
I don't know. He said to do something other than just tell him.
This movie started with a lot of convenient timing.
Yeah.
Everything. No, it was very convenient timing.
Yeah, everyone just came together.
Everything was
just movie writing.
Yeah, but it was
kids movie writing.
Yeah, you're right.
Everyone is in the same place.
Everything
at the same time.
Contrived. Yeah, the woman breaks out of prison at the same time that Will Turner's son is going to go and tell Johnny Depp not to sell the compass, but then Johnny Depp sells the compass just before Salazar tells him that he's going to come and seek his revenge, and then they all bump into each other at the same time, and then they're all there at the hanging. Oh, it's dumb. It's awful. I hate it.
Jack's crew leave him because he doesn't earn money for them to live.
Oh, I just remembered the worst scene in the film. Ugh, I wish I had never remembered that.
And then
you went to the bathroom during it, but there's a point where they're gonna hang the girl for being a witch, and they're gonna hang Johnny Depp for being a dick, and then
for trying to rob a bank.
Johnny Depp.
I know he successfully robbed a bank. He took the whole bank.
Yeah, they stole the bank, and that was a joke.
They lost all the money.
Yeah,
except for one gold piece,
which Johnny Depp took.
Yeah,
but then instead of spending that gold piece on a drink, he traded his compass.
Yeah.
Because the movie needed to happen, and they needed some contrived way to explain why the ghosts are only now just coming for Johnny Depp, which is the dumbest shit.
His compass held the curse that kept Salazar and his crew in the bay that they were trapped. The Dead Man's Triangle or whatever it was called.
Yeah. Dumb.
The dumb triangle?
Yeah, the dumb triangle.
So now that their curse is broken, their ghost ship is free to roam the seas.
Oh, and they can't step on land.
No, because
this movie
ghosts...
feels like it was written as it went along.
Well, that's a pirate tale that ghosts can't step on land.
Yeah, but
the ghost ships.
Actually, we get the scene that you missed, which was the worst scene in the film, in my opinion. It was after he stole the bank. They're about to they're about to hang the girl for being a witch, and they're about to hang Johnny Depp for being a dick.
For robbing the bank.
No, they're gonna cut his head off with a guillotine.
Yeah.
And the girl starts being like, "Oh, don't I get like a last request before I get like hanged?" And Johnny Depp starts like talking, and then they start like arguing to each other, and the crowd keeps like looking back and forth between the two of them.
That sounds awful.
And it was like, why are they letting them talk? And then at one point they're like, "Oh, let's just kill him." And then Henry Turner comes in and he saves him. It's like, oh, this is dumb. But then like the way they save Johnny Depp is like his head's in the guillotine. He's about to get his head cut off. I think like the pirates like blow up one of the legs of the guillotine, so he starts like spinning around while in the guillotine. The guillotine like gets so close to cutting his head off, but then the spin like pushes it back, and that was the point where it's just like, this movie is like, it's probably the stupidest action film I've seen all year, like the most unbelievable action film I've seen all year.
Yeah,
like it was more unbelievable than Fast and Furious 8, I think.
I don't know. It was whatever. There was pirate ship battles.
The girl is the worst part of this film. I think she's like the only female character in the movie apart from like a side witch.
Yeah.
But like her whole thing is that she's smart, and everyone thinks she's a witch because she's smart, and I wanted her to die. Like she was so annoying.
Yeah, she was just like,
I admit that I have picked this lock because I am smarter than you, and then she ran away, and then they're like, you're a witch because you know science. She's like, no, and then she's like, oh, you've got all your calculations wrong, so I fixed your telescope, and the guy's like, witch, and it's like, shut up. Like I get it, she's supposed to be smart, but she was just like unlikable.
Yeah,
she was that snarky, like I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, and it's just like, fuck you.
My father was a great man. I didn't know him, but I assume he was a man of science. He was a smart man.
Like, she reminded me of Rey from Force Awakens, where it's just like, she's great at everything, and she's the best person, and it turns out that well, I don't know who Rey's parents are, but it's like, the whole Barbossa thing is just like, oh, fuck this. Because it's like, when they did the whole, oh, Barbossa's her dad, it's like, okay, so Barbossa's gonna die.
Yeah, they just start going like, yeah, like Barbossa's like, oh, who's your father for some reason?
She's got a diary, and he's like, that was my diary. Yeah. Your father be a thief.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, and then she slaps him, and she's like, my dad was a good man, and then he's like, well, bitch, I'm your dad. I'm an awful man.
Yeah, he's just like, oh no. He's like, Jack, I swear if you tell her, then I'll do something.
Yeah.
And then Jack doesn't tell her.
And he was like, it was towards the end, I was like, there's going to be like a nice scene where she finds out that he's her dad.
No, he jumps off a big anchor.
Yeah, they're hanging on an anchor when they find that out, and she's like, who am I to you? And it's like, fuck you! You're flying on an anchor in the middle of the air. This is not when this moment would take place. But then he had to sacrifice himself, and it's like, I feel no emotion for Barbossa's death, which sucked because he was my favorite character throughout the entire series. So,
yeah. And that scene's especially bad because it's just like, why is Barbossa the one jumping to this? I mean, I guess
it should have been Johnny Depp.
I guess he's the only honorable one of the pirates.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, considering it's Jack Sparrow's...
Why didn't they just wait until the anchor got to the boat and then kick Salazar off? Because he would have got to the top and been like, oh fuck, there's 40 of you and I'm no longer a ghost.
Well, they do explain that the anchor's too heavy.
And 2 people are really going to increase the size of a ton weight of metal.
Yeah. 2 people.
Well, you were talking about like Salazar. They do kind of establish who Salazar is. Like he's like, oh, I want revenge on Johnny Depp because he wants revenge on me.
He wants revenge on Jack Sparrow because he was cursed because of Jack Sparrow to be a ghost and be trapped in this place. Yeah, because
he went into like a cave and that just makes him cursed for some reason.
Yeah, they don't really explain like how the compass cursed him or how he even knows that
did the compass have anything to do with that?
Yeah. It was Jack possessing the compass was what kept him cursed to be trapped there.
Ugh.
When Jack doesn't have the compass, the curse is broken and the ghosts can go away. So the origin of Jack Sparrow becoming a great pirate captain
is also the origin of Salazar, which is dumb.
Well,
it's like you were expecting an origin of Jack Sparrow going into this for some reason. And I was just like, nah, I don't think this film's gonna.
I don't know why, but I just kind of. Well, no, I didn't expect an origin story.
No, you mentioned it at one point. You're like,
that was after the movie that I was like, okay, so that's his origin, I guess. I thought they would have established it sooner.
No, it was before the movie. You talked about, we'll see where Jack Sparrow came from or
something. Oh, yeah, that was a joke I was saying.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd be right.
Oh, yeah. I accidentally just guessed that it was going to be Jack Sparrow's origin.
It's a dumb origin.
Yeah.
I want to say that half of the de-aging technology was good in this.
Yeah.
Like, there were some scenes where I was like, Johnny Depp looks good. But then when he actually, like, moved his, like, eyes and mouth and face, like, he just looked awful.
And also, his voice does not suit the face. It's weird.
They should have done something to his voice to make him sound a little bit younger, but they did not.
Yeah, so, Jack Sparrow, he got his name because he sat in the crow's nest and shouted, like, oh, fuck you, I'm a pirate captain, I'm Jack Sparrow. And they called him a sparrow.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was kind of cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so it would have made more sense if, like, Jack jumped off to take out Salazar. Yeah, but then you
can't have a sequel because Johnny Depp is the most important part of the Pirates franchise for some reason.
And he's not noble. He's not honorable. He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
He's just there.
That was one of the worst things about the ending where it's like, Barbossa sacrifices himself and it's like, fuck you. Yeah. Like, I like Barbossa.
So does that mean that Jack Sparrow's just going to claim all of the remaining boats and ships and become pirate king or whatever?
Like, he's like a Mary Sue at this point, where it's just like, Jack Sparrow, like, everyone wants revenge on him, he's the best pirate ever, and it's like, the reason he was a good character in the first film was because he was just an asshole, and he was just there, and he's like, oh, I'm the best pirate you've ever heard of, and he's like, you're the worst pirate I've ever heard of, and he's like, yeah, but you have heard of me, and it's like, oh, he just wants to be recognized, but he's a failure. Like, they introduced Captain Jack Sparrow with his ship sinking, and then, like, just as it's about to completely sink, he, like, puts his foot, like, on land. It's like, that's a really good scene.
Yeah, it's great.
And then this is just, like, he's the best pirate ever. And like, he's introduced passed out in a safe.
Yeah, after he's had sex with some
guy's
wife.
And they're like, oh no, there's a woman in there. And the guy's like, I don't care. And they're like, that's your wife. And everyone's like, haha, Johnny Depp fucked that man's wife.
Haha, he is a great man. He fucks women in safes.
You gotta have safe sex. I made a joke!
Oh my god!
That's unlike me.
You should cut that.
I will. I won't have keeping this in. I'm proud of that joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
It's a good joke. Thanks, Sandy Sandler.
You're welcome. It was a good joke. You should make less jokes.
I leave all the racist jokes to you.
Oh yeah, gotta talk about those.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is called the Pirates of the Caribbean, but it seems to always take place in like Britain or something because there's always like British pirates, and that's like, did Britain like, were they in the Caribbean at some point? Oh, okay.
We colonized the Caribbean.
I don't know history.
That's the whole, like, the whole pirate thing came about because we colonized that part of the world.
I don't know.
That's where pirates came from, because they were like, oh yeah, we're tired of all these rich Brits fucking coming in here with all their money, buying all our land.
But all the pirates are British.
Most of them. Because, yeah, the British joined in with the pirates, being like, well, it was like the pioneers. A lot of British men would go off on, like, sailing boats to pioneer the new world. I'm putting that in quotations. That's the word I was trying to. In quotations, because what that would basically mean is they're going on a pirate ship to go raid, and then come back home with a bunch of money.
Yeah,
they called it pioneering to their wives, and most of them didn't come home. It was a good time, those pirate days.
Sounds fun. It's better than nowadays pirates, where they're just like,
oh yeah, they're just all a bunch of.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to cut that.
No, you're gonna censor it.
No, Salazar. Well, this is what I was saying earlier. It's like, it feels like they wrote it as they went along, and then they got to the end, and they're like, okay, we want to have an action scene where they get Poseidon's trident,
yeah,
and then Salazar appears and he steals it. But they're like, oh wait, shit. They can't step on land because then they'll die.
It turns out that ghosts could go into people's bodies the whole time.
Yeah, that was just point where it's like the writers were just like, oh fuck, they're ghosts, so they just possess people, and it's like,
but why do they keep killing everyone on these ships?
Yeah,
why don't they take their bodies and just go on land? It's like, why don't you do any of these things?
Yeah, because they run up to the land at one point and they're so close to Johnny Depp, and they're like, oh, we could get you, but we're not going to. And then they go back to the ship with a bunch of pirates that they have and send them on board. Yeah. Just possess them.
Yeah, possess those bodies, go on land themselves. For some reason.
This is the thing I was thinking about last night, where I was like, okay, I guess they did kind of write a way around that, where it's like, they explained, because Salazar was about to possess Henry, they're like, the other pirates are like, oh, if you possess him, you won't be able to unpossess him, you will just be him forever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but if I get the trident, then I'll be fine.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, so if they possessed those other pirates, then they would be trapped in those other pirates' bodies forever.
They'd have bodies, so...
Yeah, they'd have bodies. I mean, they're not their own bodies, but it's better than being cursed.
Yeah.
Like, if I was cursed to be a ghost, I would possess someone years ago.
Yeah, I would have immediately been like, yeah, I'll just take a new body.
Yeah, I'll just take this man's... Oh, he's got, like, a hot wife and kids and a load of money. Oh, fuck it, I'll just be him.
Yeah.
Why you gotta stay in a cave for years?
Yeah. It's dumb. I mean, I guess, would they even be trapped in the cave? But at least when they're on the high seas again, when they're broken from the curse of the cave, they could have at least just gone off then.
Yeah, I guess they were trapped in the cave. This movie's all sorts of dumb.
Yeah, but they still could have taken people's bodies when they're out of the cave and just gone off and gotten revenge then. But no. And there's no explanation for why Salazar's crew are so loyal to him.
Yeah.
Like, he was a great...
Well, no, he needs a crew of pirates, so...
Yeah, like he was a great like Spanish captain, and he had this crew. Like there's the one guy with the eye patch who's like his first mate, and that guy's just kind of there. He doesn't say or do anything.
There was a lot of people that looked like Rayman. Like that's what I was talking about. Like
it's got blown to bits.
I like the effects, but I didn't like the concept behind it. Where it's like, and then you do see it in the flashback. Oh, they were blown to bits, and the ghosts are just the bits that were left. But it's like, if they're ghosts, then why are they ghosts of just the particles left?
Yeah, it's dumb.
And then at the same time, it's like there was a guy that like put his hand through the body because there was just a guy that was just a pair of arms.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is he Rayman?
Yeah, but
like,
also
like they're missing like the middle part of their leg, but they still move normally, and it's like, I don't know, it looks cool, but it's dumb.
Yeah, but also like whenever someone tries to swing a sword at the ghosts, it just goes through them anyway.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, why couldn't they touch people?
I don't know. They don't explain that. It's just ghosts are immune to everything. Like, do they just want to be ghosts now, so they just can't lose fights?
Yeah, I guess.
It's weird. Why do they not want to be ghosts? There's so many advantages. They just can't go on land.
Because then they get their bodies back at the end, and they're like, yeah, and it's like, oh no, we're all gonna drown. And it's like, why did you want to be normal people?
They weren't planning on doing that at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Well, they shouldn't have done that at the fucking bottom of the ocean then.
Well, they weren't expecting...
That whole scene was just entirely stupid.
Yeah.
Like, they get to the girl who's smart, and she's the smartest person in the world. She leads them to an island made of stars.
Yeah.
And then they find that there's a red thing that's missing, like, part of a rock. And then she had the rock on the diary, so she puts the rock in the diary. And the ocean splits, like, Moses style. And then they fall to the bottom of the ocean. Even though they see it coming, and they're like, let's just move slightly. But they just stand there and watch it. Then they fall to the bottom of the ocean, and they find the trident, and then just the dumbest shit happens for like 5-10 minutes. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, I was sitting there like, this feels like the start of the third act. Like, there should be a bigger, better action scene than this at some point. But no, that was it.
Yeah.
They just kind of flung Johnny Depp around for a bit.
Oh yeah, they have like the ship battle.
And then they were like...
That's about it.
Again, they wrote themselves into a corner where they're like, oh, we were going to use this trident to... save the day, but it's stabbing Johnny Depp at this point, so what do we do? And then they were like, oh, if they break the trident, then all curses in the world just break for some reason.
But he's still being stabbed with the trident.
Yeah, they break it, and Johnny Depp's like, okay, it's good, let's go. And it's like,
it would have been
were
interesting.
you not just stabbed in the heart?
Yeah, would have been. Why couldn't he have like used the trident while stabbing him and curse himself? So it's like, oh yeah, I'm like in the first one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
When I was a skeleton zombie.
Yeah.
But no, he's just stabbed. Then he's fine.
Man, that first film's so good.
Yeah. He curses himself so that he can have a fight.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that first film. I'm done.
Yeah. I got nothing else to say. I just wanted to pick out the plot holes or the dumb stuff.
I just wanted to talk about all the dumb shit.
Yeah.
All the action scenes are dumb. All the jokes are dumb and unfunny. All the characters are dumb. Yeah. The story is dumb. The plot is dumb. The effects are fine.
Yeah.
Sets and costumes are fine. The acting's bad.
Yeah.
The writing's bad.
Yeah, like the acting is very like mugging it up for kids.
Yeah.
Kind of like, hey, kids have to understand our emotions.
But it's also like grim and violent and slightly scary. Like, my sister was scared of Jaws, and she'd probably be freaked out by zombie sharks.
Yeah. But the zombie sharks are just like goofy.
Yeah, they look dumb.
Yeah, it's like, and
some movies done. Oh, remember that great scene where Johnny Depp passes out on an island and then he wakes up and they're gonna make him marry this fat, ugly lady, and it's it's funny because she's fat and ugly, and then Johnny Depp's like, "Oh, you don't want to marry me? I have scabies," and she's like, "Don't worry, I have too."
Then Barbossa shoots her brother
instead of her.
Yeah, I thought it would have been funnier if he shot her.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah, I thought he did for a second, and then the brother fell over, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it would have been funnier if he just shot her in the face, because she was gross. She had like scabby, like what's scabies? Is it like rabies? Like scab rabies?
I don't know, just general like
an STD.
Yeah, just C disease.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, because he also says like he just says he has lice or something.
Yeah,
but it's like you were gonna say crabs if it wasn't a kids movie.
Ugh. I don't know. I don't even know if it's the worst Pirates of the Caribbean movie because I can't remember the other ones.
Yeah. I just haven't seen most of the other ones, so...
Be happy.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Be proud of that.
Yeah.
Never watched them.
Very good, I won't. Unless the Pirates 6 comes out and we have to marathon them all.
Oh, God. I refuse.
Pirates Marathon. All the pirates. All the Caribbean.
I'll watch the first one again. I haven't seen it in a while. It's probably good.
Yeah, I'll watch the first one again too.
That's
a good
the first
thing.
One again, yeah.
Yeah, this movie has given me an interest in rewatching the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only thing I could say that's good about this film.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of like...
It reminded me of a better movie.
Yeah. Would you say it's trying to soft reboot the franchise?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It felt too much like a soft reboot with the whole Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann stuff.
Yeah,
but
now you've got new
But that was
leads.
the stuff that I liked the most, where it's like...
Yeah, I've seen them again.
The fourth one, it was just Johnny Depp. And it was awful because Johnny Depp is not a good main character. John Swanson. What's his name?
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow is not a good main character. He's annoying. He's a side character. So when they make him the main character, it doesn't work. And I was like, seeing Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley in this, I was like, it reminded me of the first film where I was like, oh yeah, that first one's good. Yeah. And I was like, it gave me hope that, well, if there's a sixth movie, if it's about Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, then it might be okay. But saying that, the second and third one are god awful as well. So who fucking knows?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is a very obvious soft reboot. But at the same time, it's not really it's a sequel, you know? And it is a sequel. It's very much a sequel. They reference all the stuff that, you know, it continues all the stuff that happened in the previous movies, so... It's dumb.
Yeah, the romantic thing doesn't work.
No, yeah, they have no... I forgot, the lead and the girl have, like, no chemistry together.
Yeah, like, there was a point where I was like, are they supposed to be a romantic thing?
And then they just kiss at the end. It's like, I guess they were.
They didn't build it.
I was the film opens with the guy.
Yeah.
And then it kind of moves to the girl, and you're like, okay, is the girl the main character? Is the guy the main character? And then it's like, is Johnny Depp the main character?
Who knows?
Because, you think it was Will Turner's son that's supposed to be the main character, because Will Turner in the first film was the main character. Yeah, he has that
connection to the overarching plot.
But he just does nothing.
Yeah.
He's just kind of there.
Yeah. He's not even, like, the hero who saves the day at the end.
Yeah, that's Jack Sparrow.
He's just there at the end.
Yeah.
He's the damsel in distress at the end.
Yeah. This isn't, like, the worst feminist movie I've seen, but there's a lot of, like Disney is clearly, like, run by feminists at this point.
Yeah.
They're like, make little girls, give them characters that they can aspire to be. She's smart, and she saves the man in the end.
It's fine to do that, but not at the expense of making all the male characters morons.
Yeah.
And useless. And
yeah. But it was like Johnny Depp saved the day in the end. And it's like, well, at least a white man did it. And
did he?
Like, I don't know. Did he? No, Barbossa saved the day.
Yeah.
He was a white man.
Yeah.
He wasn't incompetent. He was a good character.
Like, who broke the trident? Was it Henry?
It was Henry and the girl.
Yeah,
together.
Yeah.
But, like, Henry was possessed, and then the girl was like, I'll save you.
And then she did it.
Yeah, and then she did
And
that.
then they broke the trident.
And then
all
the film was
curses
over
were broken.
finally.
But what if the Flying Dutchman was under the sea when they broke the curse? Wouldn't they all be dead?
Wait, when you see them at the end, do they come up from under the ocean?
No, the ship's just there, and Orlando Bloom's already on the beach.
Oh, weird.
Because wouldn't they just die
They
if
would
they
just
were...
drown, because there was a point where they break the curse and all the people that are in the water, like, they start, like, breathing and they're like, oh shit, so they walk out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just, it's like, Orlando Bloom would just be like, oh fuck!
Resurface! Resurface! Everybody get the fuck up!
Who knows, maybe the rest of his crew died.
Yeah, maybe he's the only one left.
Yeah, maybe he was, because I think his dad survived at the end of that film, but I honestly can't remember.
Yeah.
These movies suck. I want to stop talking about these.
Yeah.
Don't see Pirates 5.
Don't see any pirates.
Go and see Pirates of Science, the Aardman movie.
Pirates in an Adventure of Science?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a British hue. I can't remember which one. I think it's the Grant.
Does it have any gradients?
It's got a David Tennant. He's the best of
not.
all the actors.
Is he though?
Yeah.
Is he though?
He's got range.
Does he though?
Yeah.
Does
What's
he
wrong
though?
with David Tennant?
I don't know. I like him.
What? Fuck you. David Tennant's my favorite actor. He's the only man I would ever marry.
The only one who you'd let inside of you?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's beautiful. And he's charismatic, and I love him.
Yeah, he's an okay looking man.
Yeah, he's beautiful. I have a cardboard cutout of him in my room. I kiss him every day before I go to bed.
Oh, that's really weird. that's an obsession.
No, it's fine.
If you could go to David Tennant's house...
The fact that I let him sleep in my bed's probably the obsession.
Oh, yeah. What if Pirates 6 had David Tennant as the villain?
That. I see every movie with David Tennant, even if it sucks. Like I saw that Fright Night movie in the cinema with a girl that I was like seeing at the time, and we were kissing through the entire film. And then the moment I heard David Tennant's voice, I would stop at my tracks to watch. There was a point where I'd be like, "Fuck off!" So yeah, I would see David Tennant, and then he would disappear. I was like, "Okay, let's go back to like canoodling." That was fun.
Did you think?
I like being 17.
You'd bend her over and be like, "I just want to pretend that you're David."
Yeah. No, I got her to bend me over and pretended that she was David.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's better? Worse?
It's probably worse.
Well, I mean, it means that you want to be submissive to David Tennant, so... You think that he should be the man.
He is the man. He's much more of a man than me. He's older than me. He's more attractive than me.
Yeah, that's true.
He's smarter than me.
That's true, too.
But he's just a white male, so he's not that good.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking cisgender white male.
Yeah.
Who does he think he is? Doctor Who? More like Doctor Who?
Pirates.
Oh, yeah, pirates.
There was space pirates in an episode of Doctor Who.
Was that the Christmas special?
No.
Why do I feel like there was a
No,
pirate
it
ship
was a Matt
then?
Smith episode of Doctor Who.
Okay.
That was a bad episode. All the Matt Smith episodes are bad episodes. Pirates 5!
That's the Skyrim. What's the pirates' music? What's the pirates' music?